What's up, everybody? Sam Smiles here. Today I want to show you how to make the bass from Gone by Charli XCX and Christine and the Queens. And I will be making this bass in Serum. Now before we get started today, please go ahead and give this video a like, and also please subscribe to my channel if you are not yet subscribed. All right, let's go and jump right into it. All right, so this is the bass that I will be making today. Pretty cool bass sound. It reminds me actually of a bass you would use in Slap House. So you could probably use this bass in like a faster style track, an EDM style track, maybe like Slap House or Deep House, or even just this 114 BPM style of track, electro pop style. So let me go ahead and open up a new instance of Serum and go ahead and initialize this preset. And I'll go ahead and open up the MIDI for you to see, and I'll just play you these notes with the initialized preset. So that's going to be the MIDI. Now let's go ahead and just start creating this sound in Serum. So I'm going to start off with a sub and make sure to use the saw wave. And for oscillator, I'm going to go to analog and do the basic filthy. And I will lower this one octave, raise up this unison to, let's say 7, just to give it some width, lower that detuning. So that's what it's going to sound like so far. Now I'm going to turn on this oscillator B. And for this oscillator B, I want to do some FM synthesis. So I like some of these FM wavetables. So I will do the FM, lower this one octave as well. And I'll raise up the unison on this one to, let's say 5, and lower that detune. But I'm actually going to lower the level all the way because I'm also going to do FM from B. So I'm going to go to the warp knob on oscillator A and select this FM from B. And I will raise this up to, let's say, around like 68%, 68, 70%. I'll do 68. So that's going to sound pretty loud. So let me go ahead and put on my filter just so that sounds a little bit better. I'll do MG-Low 24 for now. And I'll put on 4A, B, and also my sub. And I'm going to raise up this wavetail position on oscillator B just to change it a tiny bit. So I'm going to put this on like 88. Let's put it right there. And let's go to my envelope 1. Eventually I'm going to assign this to the filter, and we want to make sure it's this really short pluck sound. So I'm going to adjust my envelope 1, slow down the attack a bit, let's say 17, decay, let's say 520 or so, and then this release. I'm also going to give it some release, so I'll do 520 as well, and you can see the release here. Now I'm going to zoom in. And see, when I slow down this attack, you get this curve. So I actually want to change the curve a tiny bit. So I'm going to curve it at the top here so we can get this like swishy sound when I assign it to my filter. So now that I have that curve, I'm going to assign the envelope 1 to the cutoff. And I'll set that cutoff to, let's say, 85 Hertz and raise up this modulation. And now we can hear that swishy sound, so I'm going to raise up that resonance and also the drive. So now the notes are starting to run into each other, so I'm going to go ahead and turn on mono, and now listen to it. And then when it goes up to some of those higher notes, it actually bends up in the song, so I'm going to turn on the portamento, and let's listen to it there. That's a bit too much. So let's say around like 50 milliseconds. Just a very slight bend. And then I'm going to add on another filter because that's very, very bright right now. So let's go ahead and do filter, and I'll do MG-Low 12. And then I'm going to assign this envelope 1 to the cutoff. And I'll set this around, let's say 85 or so again. And let's say around 42, 40. And if you want it brighter, you can also adjust the modulation. You could also maybe take a macro knob here, assign to the cutoff. So you could adjust the brightness like that. So let me go ahead and just raise up the resonance. Actually, I'll leave the resonance at 0, and I want to raise up the drive. And now it's starting to sound like bass. So let's now add on some EQ. I'm gonna give a little boost around 80 Hertz, generally where bass will hit around. So I'll do 80 Hertz and raise that up. And then I'm going to go to my envelope 1 and assign this to the gain where you have this high shell filter. So it's going to give it a bit more brightness and pluckiness at the beginning. So you can hear it exaggerated there. So I'm going to do just a tiny bit. And then I'll put this frequency at like 2 kilohertz. Now it's pretty like swishy sounding, so maybe I'll go back to this filter and I can lower this. Or even go back to my envelope and change some of this curve a tiny bit. And so I'm going to also add on a reverb. I've been really liking using ambience reverbs on bass plucks because it just gives a bit more width and sets it into the room. And it's not like a hall reverb or a plate reverb where you have a lot of echo. So you can hear how short that is, and it just widens that bass a tiny bit, and I have a bit of low cut on that reverb. So that's basically the sound. Let's go ahead and just listen to it with some claps, just like how it sounds in the track. So that's basically going to be the bass for Gone by Charli XCX and Christine and the Queens. Go ahead and save that as a preset so you can have it and reuse it. Or if you do just want to grab this preset for free, I'll put a link down below. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a like, and also please subscribe to my channel if you are not yet subscribed. And also, if you would like to check out any of my other serum preset packs, I'll put links down below for those as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.